Hey there guys, welcome back to Texas Beer Reviews, and on this episode we will be looking at Jester King's Spon, Raspberry, and Cherry. So, this is their 2-year spontaneously fermented beer, and then re-fermented of course with raspberries and cherries, blended on June 21st of this year. Comes in at 5.2% alcohol by volume, and yeah, picked this up at the release, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that. And it was 2 per person, about 3,000 bottles, and they're now out of it at this point. I had it on draft, haven't had the bottle. Jake hasn't had it yet, so very excited to check it out and see how it goes. So let's get it open. Jester King caps are always so thick. There we go. All right.
Round 2.
Round 2.
Uncork.
Got some nice carb. All right. Do a mixed pour again.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
Give you all the rest.
East me.
All right. So pours out a really nice, deep, sort of a red, raspberry, bright cherry-like color. I think it's more probably closer to raspberries than cherries. Cherries
Yeah.
being a bit darker, or an unripe cherry, or maybe not some of the. There's some of the darker, like the Hood River cherries that we get from Oregon. Yeah, those are pretty dark. But pours a head's just slightly pink, very thin.
Seems a little, at least mine, it's retained a lot better than
Yeah.
the other ones.
Yeah, your head's bigger. Mine's actually quite thin on it, but it could also be the style of the glass and all that too, the way I poured it. But yeah, I've got a pretty thin white, off-white ring. You've got
Mine's
a little bit
thinning
more.
out.
Yeah, you got a little hint of a pinkness in there. So
Yeah.
it's nice though. Let's check out the aroma. Yeah, lots of raspberry. Getting some funk.
Still a good amount of funk.
Still a good amount of funk.
Cutting through, but
Yes. Parts of it remind me of Cantillon's Rosé de Gambrinus, but a bit more intense, I would say. Definitely a lot of rat. Oh yeah, yeah. Homage, of course, this is basically their version of Drie Fontainen's Homage, which is their lambic brewed with raspberries and cherries. So I got a lot of Homage on the taste. So very excited to see if that holds up with the bottle as well. So check it out. Cheers.
yeah.
Yep. Really intense raspberries. Picking up that cherry.
Nice sort of like puckering acidity
Yeah.
to it.
Acidity is really awesome. Just getting a hint of that acetic acid on the back, but not in any kind of vinegar way. It's not overwhelming or anything like that.
Balances with the funk.
Yeah. Much more lactic acidity. Funk comes in. It's pretty funky. I'm getting a hint of that almost slightly cheesy funk that I kind of got off of Loup Pepe Framboise,
Yeah.
similar to that, but it's not super intense.
Then kind of prickly, going into soft carbonation.
Yeah, effervescent at first, and then it softens out, and the body has a nice kind of a fullness to it.
It's quite different from like Atrial or
Yes.
MVB or some of the other Jester King fruited sours.
Yeah, it's a lot different than some of those. While it still has this nice jammy character to it, It's much more well balanced. You get a lot more funk out of it, of course, but like a different funk. More of a, like that spontaneous funk that they're getting out of this from those kind of wild yeast strains is going to be a little bit different than their mixed culture yeast strains that they have with the Atrial, Montmorency, Balaton, all the other barrel-aged fruits that they do. So it's a bit different. It's got a different character to it, which is nice because it doesn't taste like you're just blending Atrial or MVB. It's got its own thing to it. And a lot of it reminds me of Homage, but of course it's different in that aspect as well. But really jammy, just really well balanced at the same time. It really kind of takes on that lambic form, and I'd like to see what this does as it ages. On draft, I got a hint of that cinnamon. It's not quite there for me in the bottle, but
now that you say that, I'm going to want to try to pick up on it.
Try to pick up on it.
I didn't initially. I didn't have
Yeah. I mean, it's
maybe a little bit now that I'm looking for
yeah,
it.
it's just a touch. I also have a cinnamon bun wax melt burning not too far by, so could be a little bit of that. But
something like that Lou Pepe Creek.
No, yeah, I've had some like 2008 Lou Pepe Creek. I think Montmorency Batch 1. I got a bit of that cherry pie kind of cinnamon filling. But this doesn't really have that intensity of it, but I'm kind of hoping it might get there with age. So it'd be something interesting to see how this ages, because I think this has a lot of good aging potential. And some of the best cherry, raspberry, lambic type beers I've had have had, a few years on them. So very excited to see what this does with age. But fresh off the bat, awesome, super jammy, well balanced, lots of funk, awesome body, effervescent, full. I think it's really well done for them. When they have beers like Atrial and MVB, it's kind of hard to follow up with something like that because those are so well done. But I think this is equally as well done, just in a different way.
Yeah, it's very distinct for them. So you're not getting something that's kind of like an offshoot from one of those other fruited sours that they do. That's totally different.
Yeah, very much different. Very much its own thing, but just really well done at the same time. So for me personally, I think it's awesome. On draft, I went 4.75, and I'm going to go the same on the bottle. It's got a little bit room to improve, and I'm hoping to see some of those improvements that I kind of mentioned. But,
yeah, I'll do 4.75 too.
Yeah. So there you have it for Jester King's Spon, Cherry, and Raspberry. So have a chance to try it, check it out, trade for it. That's kind of your thing. Check it out. Awesome. I'd hold it up there with some of the other lambics. At least fresh that I've had out there. Fresh Homage, Rossetti Cabernet, Lou Pepe Framboise, so. But anyway, that's pretty much it for Raspberry Cherry. So, of course, once again, Jester King's out of Austin, Texas. Check them out. Beautiful brewery. Doing some really awesome things. So, and as always, think global, drink local, and cheers.